Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. People are beginning to realize that you need love and attention too. Like the relationship isn't all about what you give and what you bring to the table and what you do for others. There could have been a sense of guilt that people harvest in you, that if your kindness asks for anything in return, then it wasn't really kindness, that if you didn't give endlessly of yourself, then it wasn't truly a nice person. You could have felt like you had to give without getting anything in return. And this is the misconception that's being corrected here. People are realizing that starving you of like the attention, the affection, the love that it needs to make a relationship last, it completely imbalanced things. It imbalanced, the what you guys could have had together. Someone might have made a lot of mistakes when it came to you being kind-hearted, you being graceful, you being charming. They thought that this was always going to be a one-sided thing. You could have been more charming than they were when you met them here. We got divine feminine, yin and yang hair. I feel like it could have became a dire need at some point that you guys chase yourself. You chase your divinity. You chase what you could get out of life. You chase your success here. You just chase a better life rather than getting caught up like with these people. There were some people who maybe even wanted to make you earn the attention, earn the love here, and earn it while giving all of the love and attention that you could pour in. And this wasn't going to work here. These people weren't thinking about you because we got thinking in reverse and bluff in reverse. You have some people that wish that, you didn't call their bluff, or wish that they weren't like bluffing with you. It's like somebody is truly ending the sort of arrogance they felt when it came to you, or they're being forced to face that arrogance now if you guys detach because you found something better. Somebody is afraid of you finding something better, but they know you will. I feel like for a lot of you guys, they've just pretty much accepted this fear that you guys do move on. You guys will live on. You guys are going to get what you crave and what needs to happen in a relationship here. We got obscurity coming out here in reverse, secrets, mysteries, concealing, and bluff coming out here under thinking in reverse and obscurity. I feel like a lot of things have become clear to people when before things were like obscure, or like they could have just, they could have taken your kindness as like suspicion. They thought like, okay, what is this person, like they didn't think that you would even expect anything back here. They didn't think like, there was a lot hidden that some people could feel like you didn't explain to them, and you didn't bother to explain it to them because you might have known they already had an answer for your questions. They already had a reason for the way they treated you the way they did, and they weren't going to change that treatment. They were more willing to justify it, in the end. But I feel like there are some mysteries that have revealed themselves through time and through distance. We got shallow coming out here in reverse. Somebody made the mistake of thinking you were shallow. You guys are a lot more deep than what they realized here. The things you do isn't just for the pleasure and the approval of others. And yes, you carry yourself naturally with grace and naturally with charm, but that doesn't mean that, you don't deserve that same sort of energy back to you, Pisces. Yeah, we got distance coming out here in reverse under chasing. Somebody wishes that you would have chased instead of creating distance, but people are saying that that's what you did. If they were wondering how you were going to respond to a certain type of disrespect, it was through creating some sort of distance here. or someone could want to reverse the distance between you and you guys, maybe even get you in a pattern of like chasing again. They're like, how do I get them wanting again? How do I get them caring again? How do I get them, you know, like back thinking about me? How did you take that grace and turn it on yourself? Like, and put it into chasing you, Somebody feels like there's only a matter of time before you rise up to the level of like divinity where they know they can't touch you, but it's already happened. You guys have already risen to a level of not needing them, not trying for them, not putting the energy in, to them that, that they weren't willing to put into this relationship here. We got return coming out here, return, second chance, opportunity, making amends is coming out here. And this is under breaking point in reverse. Somebody maybe wishes that they didn't push you to the breaking point because this is under twin flames in reverse and second chance. Somebody might feel like they want a second chance with you because maybe you guys, they are seeing, I don't know, you get results out of life, or they undermined it, how much you added to them, how much you made it feel okay to be authentic. They miss your charm, they miss your niceties, they even miss certain conversations with you here. They miss, there's something about your energy that really boosted the energy around you. But you guys weren't meant to give unlimitlessly to like just anybody, or unlimitlessly to people who did not give to you back here. AKA, you're not meant to be in relationships that drain you. We got finality in reverse underneath return. Somebody's having trouble realizing that you really are through, or somebody's wondering, like, is this really the end, Pisces? Are we going to have a second chance? Like, how would the Pisces be if I ran into them now? Like, and if I talk to them in a certain way, would they hear me? What's the way in? Is this really the end? They feel like it's not really clear to them because they didn't get a thorough chance to like debate you here. Or there's somebody that feels like it wasn't all that bad, so why give them up? Like like they're surprised you won't entertain them out of share. Like, why? They're like, why not entertain me? We got commitment coming out here in reverse, under distance in reverse. So somebody could have had commitment issues. You could have pulled away from somebody who had commitment issues. Or what is this, divine? We got clarity, truth, intentions is coming out here. You guys could have gained clarity that this is just not the situation that you wanted to commit to. This is not the situation you will see yourself in. This is not something that we got elusive in reverse, and dishonesty and deception. Somebody sees that they could only keep it real with you now. You guys have this sort of clarity. You guys don't have the patience to entertain lies, to entertain fantasies. Here, they wish your energy was not so elusive, but like, also just a lot of lies about you has been revealed here, especially if it comes down to people trying to make you feel selfish, or making you feel like, some sort of way to them to like, try to please them. We got withdrawn here in reverse, single, lonely, solitary. Yeah, I told you, someone is like surprised that you won't entertain them out of sheer loneliness. Like, they're like, they feel like because they weren't the worst of your options, that, why aren't they still on your roster? Why aren't they still a part of your life here? As just because you guys might have been around each other for a certain amount of time. We got pride coming out here in reverse. Yeah, you might hurt somebody pride who, they wanted you off of like, for their own ego. Or either you hurt someone's pride or somebody attempted too many times to hurt your pride. This will also symbolize that someone needing to lay down their pride to be able to connect with you truly on a level that you understand. We got conflict, clashing, differences, incompatibilities with elusive and reverse here. It's like the conflict was revealed. It's like there's no debating because it's like, this person revealed to you their type and it wasn't you. So it's like, they expected you to become that type or become that person that they wanted you to be. And you're like, okay, this is who you want me to be, but this is who I, am. I'm not, going to become a different person for you. You need to find that in other. And this could have left them with like having some sort of pride issues because having to accept you as you are is like, it feels like it's taking away from power that they felt like they had over you. As long as they felt like they had you in a place where you had to achieve a certain level to be respected by them, to be loved by them, to be, get their attention and their care in the tender ways that you wanted it to be, the more they felt like you would do for them, and you wouldn't focus on any of their flaws, or you wouldn't think about what they should do for you. You would be too busy trying to become that person that earned those roses, earn that romance, earn those dates, be good enough for them here. But that's not where it's at. It's like, you guys weren't willing to have that conflict when it came to love, because there's no need to take each other apart just to come together here. It's like a lot of you guys are like, I'm good on that. We're just not compatible. There could have been a lot of clashing with certain people, or they wanted a sort of clashing with you. I feel like a lot of you guys could have denied them that clashing here. We got ecstasy coming out here, chasing thrills, excitement, and good time is coming out here. Yeah, I feel like some people could feel a little slighted that you guys seem to be in better spirits and having a good time without them. It's like, why you couldn't have that good time with me, Pisces? Why, it's like you guys moving on without them and being in good energy makes it looks like you were never the problem, Pisces. But that's it, Pisces. I hope you have a good day, at night, evening, whenever you're catching this reading. Goodbye.